Hello guys, today I want to show you how to deal with repetitive things in your Eloquent models. So for example, if you have some condition like with where has, and a similar condition is repeated in many Eloquent models and you want to extract that into some kind of a function which you would reuse in many Eloquent models. So in other words, how to extend the base Laravel model with your own functionality on top. And in this video I will show you two ways how to do that. Maybe you will add your own way in the comments, be active there, or tell me which one do you prefer, with base model or with traits. But before we dive deep into that example, I want to apologize for my previous video. This example is based on a video that I've published on this channel a week ago or so about simple query example, where I was trying to filter the project by resources with title partner. And one of the commenters, Marina Beretta, rightfully pointed out that the query was incorrect, or in fact not fully correct. So it was filtering correctly with where has, but it wasn't filtering correctly with. So the same condition, query where, should have been inside of with. Unfortunately, I cannot reshoot the video and it was viewed already by 4,000 views. So what I did, I pinned the comment by Marina so everyone would see that comment first, and I will try to be more careful in the future. With that in mind, let's correct this mistake this time. So we're filtering projects with many-to-many relationship with resources with condition of title partner. So we need to add the same condition of where inside of with. And here's where we get to today's topic. These repetitive conditions may be reused somewhere else, in other model, in other query. And to avoid repeating those two, you would like to have something like with where has. So let's write that code. Hypothetically, we don't have that function yet, but we will create that in a minute. So with where has would have the same parameters, name of the relationship and then conditions, like this. So you would want to work with this query instead of those two. So let's comment them out like this. This would be shorter, but where do we put that with where has? There are two ways, as I told you. First, you can create a base model. So the model that would then be the base of all your other Eloquent models, which would contain some extra functionality on top of Eloquent. So we can do PHP Artisan make model base model, which would be in the same app models folder, and that is fine. In here we don't need has factory, we don't need this. So in the base model we would add public function scope, Eloquent scope with where has. In the parameters we have query, then relationship name, so relationship, and then conditions. And inside of the functions we would have query with, and then we copy the logic from the controller. So this is the relationship name and this is the condition. So relationship conditions, and then where has. So same where has relationship conditions. And now we can reuse that if we extend the project model with base model. So by default project extends the model of Eloquent, but instead we would extend base model. And then we don't need this one on top. Let's try it out, whether the query works. Refresh the page and we have the correct result. So this is one way. If you have some functionality repeating for Eloquent models, you can create your base model on top with adding scopes or whatever you want, but then you would have extend other models from base model, not from the Eloquent model. I'm not sure how I feel about this approach, because then it requires to remember that you need to extend from base model, including all the future models by future developers, or if they forget to extend from base model, then there may be inconsistency. So personally, I wouldn't choose that approach. What I would choose instead is traits. So let's create a trait file just in PHP Storm app new file traits subfolder, and then let's call it with where has.php. Then we add PHP, namespace would be app traits, and then it would be a trait of with where has, and inside we just copy the same function as from base model here, scope with where has, we paste, and then in the model of project, instead of having base model, so let's revert that one, let's extend model, but then we would use the trait, use with where has, and on top here as well. And then you can inject that trait, use that trait only in the models that you actually want. so it doesn't change any base models or any other models from your project. That's why I like this approach more. In controller, nothing changes. It's still with where has. It's just loaded from a trade, not from the base model. If we refresh, it shouldn't break. The result is the same. So which approach do you prefer more? Trades or base model? Or maybe you have some other ideas? Shoot in the comments. And if you want to dive deeper into Eloquent or other Laravel structure, I have a lot of courses around Laravel on Teachable platform. The last one is Better Eloquent Performance. Currently, I'm working on a new course about GraphQL and Laravel and Vue Apollo, which will be released by the end of November. So if you want to get all those courses and upcoming courses for a year, the best way to do that is yearly membership, with currently 22 courses available in that bundle, and new ideas are coming for the year ahead. And by doing that, you're supporting this YouTube channel, because the more money I get from the courses, the more free time I get to shoot free videos here on YouTube. See you guys in other videos.